I'm back. Rhodes for the Matrixx and Rhodes show, and it seems that even legendary comedian Dave Chappelle can get no justice. We've got literal black-on-black crime going on here when a guy that's armed with a gun that has a knife inside tackles, let's just be honest, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, of all of our stand-up comedians, Dave Chappelle, tackles him on stage. Busta Rhymes, Jamie Foxx running up to help save the day, and the guy came out not looking so great. Well, here's the problem, and this is something I've covered over on Black and White Network, our political channel, but there is a DA, a wildly left-wing radical DA out there that's funded and backed by his campaigning is funded and backed by George Soros. Now, if you follow anything, if you're locked in, you know who George Soros is. Well, let's just say Soros is extremely wealthy and gets behind a lot of radicals, and he funds their campaigns. People like Cori Bush in St. Louis was elected in part because George Soros funded that and provided all the money. Same thing in Portland. Just looking around at some of the places this has happened to, they have a lot of violence there. Well, George Gascon, okay, out in L.A., the district attorney, for the last 18 months or so, nearly 2 years, criminals are being let out everywhere. Murderers are being let out and literally bragging about it. Well, guess what? Just because this guy tackled Dave Chappelle, and I'm sorry, but is this in part due to some of Chappelle's outspokenness? I imagine George Gascon, in part, decided to follow the left-wing narrative and not prosecute this guy the way he should be. This is Breitbart. LA's Soros-backed DA declines to pursue felony charges against a man who attacked Dave Chappelle. God almighty, this guy Gascon is a train wreck. Quote, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office has referred the case to the L.A. City's Attorney Office for misdemeanor filing consideration. Greg Risling, a spokesperson for the L.A. County District Attorney's Office, said in a statement Thursday. I'll just let you know out there, one of the most famous sheriffs in the country is Alex Villanueva out in L.A. County. And he is fighting Gascon on not prosecuting right now. Those sheriffs and deputies are pulling their hair out because he's letting criminals just go. Just go. Quote, after reviewing the evidence, and prosecutors determined that while criminal conduct occurred, the evidence as presented did not constitute felony conduct. The district attorney's office does not prosecute misdemeanor crimes within the city of Los Angeles. Video of the attack flooded social media on Tuesday after the crazed attacker leaped up on stage and leveled the comedian. The video shows the man running on the stage and body slamming Chappelle, but other videos showed Chappelle returning to the stage undaunted and unharmed. And of course, there's the video. Upon returning to the stage, the 48-year-old comedian joked about his attacker. It was a trans man. The attacker, Isaiah Lee, 23, was taken into custody by police after the incident seen so widely on social media. Lee was held on $30,000 bail, the police report said. The man was armed with a plastic replica gun featuring a fixed knife blade under its barrel. Okay, so this was very premeditated, very calculated. I mean, he had that, specifically had a gun, that replica gun, hiding the knife blade. But that's not how George Gascon saw it. No, it's not. The L.A. District Attorney's Office is led by Democrat George Gascon, a George Soros-supported politician who is currently under a threat of recall. And I mean, they're trying their best to get him the hell out of there. Fox News, the recall effort in L.A. is gaining steam. Quote, the campaign to recall L.A. DA at George Gascon is collected over 400,000 signatures and raised $6 million. They need 566,857 verified signatures by the July 6th deadline in order to recall him on the November ballot. Gascon was elected to DA's office in 2020 with the help of millions of dollars from left-wing anti-American billionaire George Soros. He ousted Jackie Lacey, the first black woman to hold the job, who was targeted by the Black Lives Matter movement. The Black Lives Matter movement targeted a black woman that held the position. I mean, really? Gascon was endorsed by the city's Democratic establishment as the BLM continued to attack Lacey. Wow. Absolutely unbelievable. Gascon is all up in the BLM, the defund the police movement, all these radical progressive movements. And George Soros, I mean, look, he's funded Ted Wheeler in Portland, involved out there in Seattle. And just look at what has happened in all these areas. I mean, they are utter and complete dumpster fires. Even a high-profile celebrity. This is one time that being a Hollywood elite didn't work. Why did it not work? My gut feeling would be, look how outspoken Dave Chappelle has been about maintaining free speech and saying things that are on your mind. They don't like that. They don't like that a bit. They don't like that a bit. And, of course, he's been a target of the LGBTQ LMNOP community. And Soros is all up in all kinds of PACs and movements involving that as well. BLM, founded by the two women, right? Marxist. So you get my point. Even Dave Chappelle cannot get justice because of this DA out there. Misdemeanor charges should be felony charges. Obviously, it looks like this was completely premeditated. The guy was obsessed. This wannabe rapper was obsessed with Donald Trump and obsessed with Dave Chappelle. I mean, a rapper can't get any street cred, has to take to making a name for himself for two of the most famous people in the country. Loser. Move out. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.